Now for the track guide. Before starting, if you want to improve at a quicker pace, check out GITGUDRacing.com. I have a lot of courses that I can help you with. Now going into this track guide itself, for turn 1, you really want to put yourself on your left side. You can sit on this curb and still be fine. This curb is not that tall, so your performance under braking won't be affected. In terms of reference for braking, you're looking here on the right side at the 100 meter board. When the 100 is just to the right side of your windshield, you're going to be applying the brakes. You can brake on this curb, so you're basically aligning yourself with the grass on the left side. Make sure you're keeping the peak pressure engaged a lot because it's just a straight line braking with no elevation change. So it doesn't make sense to drop the pressure at any point in time, especially when you're just cycling through the gears. So in terms of the gears, you will be going to third gear as you turn into the corner. You see close to 90% pressure on the brakes, and you're looking at this curb. You want to take it in the middle, close to the exit, just like that. The moment that you're feeling the curb in your force feedback, you should be pressing the gas aggressively because you want to get a bit of rotation from the throttle itself. Because now you're putting the car close to the center of the track, and when you reach this center part of the track, with 100% throttle, you're turning towards the left side. You're not dropping the throttle yet. You want to get close to this curb, touch it, and then do a small drop in throttle. Then the car should be in the center left, just here. And when you have the steering wheel centered, that's the moment when you'll be applying the brakes. So the reference for braking is bringing the car in the center left and having the steering wheel almost straight. That's when you're going to be braking, and then you will be turning, going into third gear, taking a very aggressive and late apex just like that. Your goal would be to touch this curb close to the ending and use a lot of steering wheel angle because this is a sharp corner. Then pushing the throttle aggressively, make sure you arrive to this part of the track, super important. If you're not reaching here, you're not early enough on the gas. Now you'll be aligning on the right side. Turning at this XC concrete road on the right side, you want to turn with 100% throttle, clip this curb right here. It will push you to all the way to the right side here and touch the other curb as well. And now in terms of reference for braking, you have these markers on the left side. So when the 50 meter board is almost disappearing because of the A-pillar, that's when you want to brake. You will brake with the steering wheel close to straight. You will brake hard once again. It's okay to go into ABS while you're going on the straight line braking, and then you will start to turn more and more in third gear. You want to take almost like a V-shaped line, so very aggressive on the steering. Initially you go with the steering wheel almost straight, but then when the car reaches the point of minimum speed, you will turn aggressively and do this V-shaped line approach, close to 180 degrees of steering wheel angle, then close shortly unwinding and when pushing the power down, because you're going to be pressing the throttle aggressively. And it's super important to transition from high percent steering to close to 0%. So the faster you transition, the more acceleration you will get out of the rear tires. Now you will be touching this curb, putting the car all the way here to the left side, center left, and then apexing flat out into this corner. Just do a small lift. You're gonna basically judge this lift based on bringing the car here almost touching the grass, just like that, because you can touch the grass and it still won't be an off track. So you will do this lift just so that you will arrive in this position. Then you'll do another lift again for this corner. Not necessarily needed to brake, but if you want to build the good habits, adding a little bit of brake will help. And by the way, this lap was done with a fixed setup, but if you want to go even quicker, I highly encourage you to check Go Setups out. In the video description, we have a 10% discount code and their setups are amazing. Now, once again, for this corner from the right, you see we have 3 right-handers, and for all of them, all we're doing is just a lift. Positioning the car all the way to the outside, then doing the lift, cutting the curb very close to the grass and pushing the throttle back in. Now for this corner right here, bring the car in the center right, and once again doing the lift, going on the curb, but don't touch the bigger part of the curb with the tire because the car can get unsettled. And now when the car arrives in the center of the track and you have the steering wheel straight, that's your reference for braking. So having the steering wheel straight, then you're going to be braking, cutting this apex first, and then riding it all the way on the exit. So make sure you're using all the track here. It's a very fun track, and it's also, I think the racing will be quite good. Now for this right-hander, reference for braking will be in the middle of 150. So if you're looking at the 50, that's a good place to put your eyes on. And you're going to be braking on this curb, super important to open up, in fourth gear, staying in fourth, apexing after the big part of the curb, and then using all the track just like that on the exit. Notice that we're very aggressive with the throttle. We're modulating just a little bit on that crest part because the grip levels are fading, but initially we're pressing very hard. Now for this left-hander here, reference for braking is the beginning of the curb. You're going to be braking going into third gear, once again very close to this anti-curb that's a bit taller. You don't want to go completely over it, you just want to brush it. And then we will take this double apex approach. So that was the first apex. Now we're going to be dropping the throttle, cutting the second apex just like that, like we did with the first. Here, the anti-curb is not as tall, so you can go over it. And then we will be pushing the throttle aggressively, arriving on the right side and letting the car tracking out on the left. Now for this corner around here, reference for braking will be in the middle of 150, but a bit closer to the 100. You're going to be braking using all this curb before turning with third gear, getting a very late apex using 180 degrees of steering wheel lock, and then pressing the throttle the moment that you're starting to unwind the steering wheel. Make sure you're quick with the hands here, because once again, you want to protect the rears and you want to get good acceleration out of that corner. And now for this one, reference for braking is the beginning of this white part of the curb. You're going to be braking and turning almost at the same time. We don't want to brake too hard, we're mainly using the brake to make the car rotate, then quickly getting back on power just like that, using all the track, and in short, that's the lap. So I hope you like it, I hope you enjoy it, and once again, if you want to improve at a quicker pace, GITGUDRacing.com, go setups, and I'm looking forward to see you in the next one. Bye bye.